Well, hey, party people. This is my wife, Kate. I'm Nate, pastor at Ringwood, and we're going through Acts still. So we're in chapter 6 today, verses 8 through 15. You want to read it?
Sure.
Thanks.
And Stephen, full of grace and power, was doing great wonders and signs among the people. Then some of those who belonged to the synagogue of the Freedmen, as it was called, and the Cyrenians, and of the Alexandrians, and of those from Cilicia and Asia, rose up and disputed with Stephen. But they could not withstand the wisdom and the spirit with which he was speaking. Then they secretly instigated men who said, "We have heard him speak blasphemous words against Moses and God." And they stirred up the people and the elders and the scribes, and they came upon him and seized him and brought him before the council. And they set up false witnesses who said, "This man never ceases to speak words against this holy place and the law. For we have heard him say that this Jesus of Nazareth will destroy this place and will change the customs that Moses delivered to us." And gazing at him, all who sat in the council saw that his face was like the face of an angel.
So in this crazy time, right after, Jesus is walking around for 3 years and lots of really cool ministry things and miracles and this message of, the kingdom is here and, these promises that were made for hundreds of years are now being fulfilled through him. And, for some that believed it was the most exciting thing possible and still remains that. For others that struggled with that or didn't believe it, or I think a lot of what we're seeing here, people that were threatened by that, either by their position of authority or however that might affect them, this was awful news. So Stephen is in this spot where he's sharing what he has seen, sharing how the person of Jesus has personally affected him in his walk. And as he's sharing that, these folks that are in these different positions, they're like, we can't compete with the truth. We can't come in here with something that's more powerful than the truth. And so they do the next best thing, and they start bringing in people that are false witnesses, saying, that trying to discredit Stephen and his character and these types of things. And you just see, especially at the end of this passage, you want to read verse 15 again?
Sure. And gazing at him, all who sat in the council saw that his face was the face of an angel.
You just see that the Spirit is with Stephen and just moving in a powerful way. And it's just encouraging, as he's just being bold with what he knows to be true, similarly to what we will see with Peter and John or have seen where they're arrested and they're just like, we can't help but speak what we have seen. We know that this is true. Very much seems like Stephen is lockstep with that mindset. And he knows what he's up against. He knows that people want him dead, that they want him out of the way, that people are threatened by what he's got to say. And so they're doing everything that they can. But he's got this supernatural boldness.
And that's it, right? When we try to do things on our own, with our own power, our own strength, it just doesn't work. And people can compete against us, and they can, someone smarter can come along and totally beat me in some kind of conversation or argument. But when we are walking in the Spirit and in the Holy Spirit and the wisdom of the Holy Spirit, there's nothing that can come against us. And that's what we see here. And I'm so encouraged by that, just knowing that when we also are walking in the Spirit, when we're advancing the gospel at whatever cost it may be, the Lord is with us and he's protecting us and he's walking, with us, and we're able to really bring others to know him because of that power. So it's just a good reminder to be walking in the Spirit and not just on our own strength.
Yeah, I think the times where I'm the most discouraged is when I enter into one of those conversations and I feel like I don't have the right response or whatever. But in those situations, where I often land is, hey, I'm not sure, but let me get back to you. But there's also been conversations like Kate's saying, where you just see the Spirit move, and there's just words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's true, or that makes sense, or that applies here, right? And so, in a very powerful way, in tomorrow's devotional, we're going to see Stephen speak just what can only be from the Spirit. So hope that's encouraging to you guys. We love you, and we're excited to just continue to walk with you guys, not only our family in Ringwood, but our Emergence family as a whole. And if you're finding this and you're not part of Emergence, we welcome you to check out some of our stuff online. I think that's all we got.
Yeah. Awesome.
Take care, guys.
Bye.